Venmo, sending and receiving money. In this presentation, we will cover the following: what Venmo is, how to link a bank or card, how to send and receive money, and how to transfer money out of Venmo. What is Venmo? Venmo is a service that allows you to pay and request money from your friends. At its core, Venmo provides a social way to pay your friends when you owe them money and don't want to deal with cash. Venmo is available for both iOS and Android users. It works exactly the same on both systems. To create a Venmo account, you can either sign up using your email or Facebook account. You will then be redirected to a page where you can fill in your personal information. When you sign in, your home screen will pop up. At the top of the screen, you will see three icons: a globe, friends, and a person. The person icon shows your activity. It lets you know who sent and received, who you sent and received money from. The friends icon shows the activity of all your friends. The globe icon acts as a social media component. It lets you see the activity of everyone, even people you don't know. Linking a bank or card. Click the three-line icon at the top of your screen. Then click the Setting button. You will then be redirected to a new page. Click the Payment Methods button. Click Add Bank or Card button. After you select the bank option, you can either choose instant verification or manual verification. Instant verification allows you to verify your account right away. Manual verification will verify your account in up to 3 days. If you select the bank option, money is sent to others completely free. To link a card, you will also click the Add Bank or Card button, then select the Card option and fill in the required information. If you choose the card payment method, there will be a 3% fee deducted from every transfer. Sending and receiving money. To return to the home screen, click the three-line icon at the top left-hand of the screen. Then click the Home button. Click the pencil and money icon at the top right-hand corner of the screen. You will then be redirected to the Add Recipients page. Here you will add the person who you would like to send or request money from. This is the message icon. Here, type what the money's for. Here, you select whether you want to receive money, request, or send money, pay. Here, you will type in the amount of money, and this is the privacy icon, which allows you to make your transactions visible to no one, or your friends, or everyone. Click the three-line icon at the top left-hand corner of your screen, then select Transfer Balance. Beside this button, you can see your balance on Venmo. You will then be redirected to a page where you can type in the amount you would like to transfer and whether you would like to do it instantly or in 1 to 3 business days. What is a Venmo card? A Venmo card is basically a debit card that you can load up with money to make purchases or send money. The Venmo card allows you to receive rewards from certain stores, such as Wendy's or Macy's, and allows you to customize your card. Note that prior to buying something with a Venmo card, make sure the store accepts this method of payment. To create a Venmo card, click the three-line icon on the top left-hand corner of your screen. Then select the Venmo card. Follow the instructions prompted on the screen. You will then see a name. You will then have to state a name that you would like to appear on your card. Once approved, your Venmo card should arrive in 5 to 7 business days. We'll now be doing a live demonstration.
We open the app. I just created an account, so you'll see the first thing you open is you're going to see your activity and your friend's activity. So if you have friends on the app, so I just got this back. I was paying my fiance, so I ran back and I was just paying her back for something. But when you get on, you'll first see any payments that you or people in your network are making. So there's a social aspect to this app. You can, as Carissa was saying, you can show when you're making a payment or receiving a payment. You can show whether that is public, only to your friends, or private. So this, I guess, I think I just made it only to my friends, or else I made it private. And so it's just listed here for me. But there's also a page. So if I were to go up here to this little world, I can see just random people's payments to people. So I don't know who any of these people are, but I can see that someone named Christian paid Marissa for relaxation therapy, I guess, aka wine. I don't know how much, but stuff like that. So there's a weird social aspect to this where you can see basically public people interacting on the app, and it goes into a feed. Yeah, there's kind of fun things. People tend to then try to like give some of their payments like funny captions. Some of these are not that funny, but when I used it heavily, I'd always try to give it a funny caption or make up something fake that I was paying back someone for to embarrass them. So there's this weird social aspect to it that you can see. But to get into the actual, using the app to pay people. So as we said, there's a few ways you can pay or request money. So the first way is if you're on the app and you've already set up your cards, you can click the pay or request button at the bottom. You can find people in a number of ways. You can either search their username, their phone, or their email. So I've only sent money to one person, so she's listed right here, but I could search someone's username. So if I did type something like, Fred, I could see more results, and I'd start to see people with their username. So this is something where you want to be really careful that you're getting the exact right username before you send money to someone, because there's just tons of people on this app and you have to send it via their like tag, their username. If I also go in here, like I said, I can search their name for a username, a phone, or email. We can also use a QR code. So if anyone was on the session on Friday, you learned about QR codes. QR codes are used, you use your phone camera to basically scan what's basically a barcode, and they link to sometimes a web page. In this case, it links to someone's Venmo profile, so you can send them money. So if I clicked scan or show QR code, what would happen was I would bring up my camera and I'd be able to scan a code if I had one nearby. You would just put it within this square and you would be able to scan it. Or I can show my own QR code. So here is my QR code. You can see it has my initials in it, Macaulay C. And someone could scan that to request money from me or pay me. So they do the scan code. They would do the scan code. I'd pull up my barcode. We'd hold our phones close together, and they'd be able to scan to find my profile. So if I say use a QR code, I could do that, but let's just say I'm going to select Midori to send money to. So I selected Midori. Here she is. Her name is here. I'm going to pay her. So I'll first put the amount. So I'll just pay her $1, just for an example. And then what's it for? I can write whatever I want. Right? And then I can either choose to request it or pay it if I want, but I can also choose to make it public, friends only, so only visible to the sender, recipient, and any friends either of us have on the app, or I can make it private. It's just visible between the two of us. So I'm going to make it private. And then there's other things like here, if I click any of these buttons on here, I can add little emojis to it. If I have Bitmoji set up on my phone, which is just like a fun thing, you can add stuff like that. Or other little GIFs and stuff to make it a bit more fun. But anyway, when I'm ready, when I've put the right amount in, I know I have the right sender, and I've written my message, I just click pay, and then I click pay to send it through. It will begin, and you'll see the progress bar is right up here. It's paying Midori, and then if I were to reload this, here it is. That new payment I sent over to her has been sent. So what will happen when Midori receives this money is it won't be put into her balance. And in order to see your balance, you'll click these 3 lines up here in the corner, and your Venmo balance will be listed right here. I don't have any money in here right now, but if I did, I would see it right here. And if I wanted to transfer that money to my account, I would click transfer money. And then I would basically click and select the amount of money I want to transfer into my account. So this works like other wallet apps and like PayPal if you've ever used it. It gets put into this Venmo account, and then you have to transfer it over. When you transfer it, you have 2 options. You can do an instant one, so that puts it in your account right away, or you can do 1 to 3 business days where there's no fee. So if you do instant, if you really need that cash in your account right away, you can do it, but there will be a 1% fee at a maximum of $10. So it will max out at $10. Or you can do no fee. It takes 1 to 3 business days. In my experience, it pretty much takes a day, but it can depend on your bank of how long it takes. So just to be aware of that. And once I select, my account will be listed. I'll choose the account I want, and then I can transfer it. Okay. Also here, if I wanted to look at scan something with my barcode right here, I can click scan. And again, it just brings up the barcode. And here you have the option to scan, again, Venmo me, but there's also show to pay. So this is useful when you are using Venmo to pay at stores if they happen to use it. They'll generally have a scanner. You just show them your phone, show them this barcode, and then you can make the payment right through the app here. So you're the only one who has access to this when it's on your phone, and you show it, and then you can pay at stores if they use Venmo. Not a lot of people do use Venmo in that way, but I know some do. Kind of like Apple Pay. So if you've ever used Apple Pay at like a Starbucks and they have a thing, you just put your phone. It's the same thing with Venmo. Okay, and then if you click your initials, or sometimes if you have a picture, it'll be your profile picture up here. You can see your username and just quick details about you. So you'll see your picture, you'll see your username and your listed name, your barcode again, and then your balance. And if we go to these 3 lines again, we have more details. So we can go in here. If I have 0 friends, but if I clicked friends, I would be able to see all my friends that I have on the app. If I go to search, I can search people. So in fact, if I do want to add a friend and I search them, say I searched Midori up, I haven't added her yet, but I wanted to add her as a friend, we can see here's Midori's requested, and she'll get that request. And then next time I go to pay someone, she's just going to be more easily accessible. I just type in her name and she'll pop up quicker. So that's kind of the benefit of having friends on the app, is that you then have them as a contact. It makes it easier. Then you're not as much of a risk as putting in the wrong contact when you're trying to send money. They'll always show up kind of at the top of your list. Here you also have notifications. So I don't really have anything right now. This would be any payments that are coming in or requests that are coming in will be listed here. I can see incomplete. So if I have sent someone a request, or else they have sent me a request and I have not paid them, or they haven't paid me, it will be here, and I'll see any incomplete requests that the person has not paid me back for. And you can go back. So let's say I make a request to Midori. I'll request $10 for damages. I don't know what for, but I'm going to request it. Oh, I'm going to make it private. I'm going to request it. I'll send the request. And then when I go to my incomplete, you'll see that Midori has not yet paid me my damages, and I can remind her, and it will send her a notification that will remind her to pay me. So I think that you can't do it too often. I feel like you can do it maybe once a day, reminding people, and then that button will be clickable again. It's not clickable right now, and stuff like that. Okay, and then you have purchases. So this will list any, if you did use this at a store with the scanning, all your purchases will be listed here. You have we talked about creating a Venmo debit card. If I were to click here, I could click through and I could create I could choose a color, and then go through the process of getting a card, and it gets sent to you. And then you can use that in place of the scanner. So some people just use it because they don't like to sometimes they don't like to transfer the funds from their Venmo to their bank account, and they just want to use what they have in their balance, and then you can use it that way. And then finally we have settings. So from here we can go through and you can change your profile. We can change your payment method and privacy and all that kind of stuff. That's important. You can go into here and you can enable Face ID and a PIN, which makes it a bit more secure. So then I'd have to set a PIN for this account, much like you'd set a PIN for a debit card or a credit card, stuff like that. If I ever want to sign out of Venmo, I'd come here and I'd sign out here at the bottom, and all sorts of stuff like that. Go to privacy. I can block users here. I can make a default setting. So right now my default is public. So every time I create a new payment, I'd have to click to make it private. But if I wanted to, I could make it default private. That way, every time now when I start a new payment, rather than it saying public, it says private, and I can change it out of private if I want, but it's going to default to private.